Shalom, Yasharala. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity to you Israelite foreigners. Come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers that's out here teaching the truth, risking our lives to do so. And always commemorate the sister who washed Yahweh Shai's feet when you read the scriptures. All right, I want to pull a quick scripture. Isaiah 32:10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. I wanted to, read that scripture to discuss basically like this so-called 4th of July weekend. I didn't see black and Latino women being proud, arrogant, and all over the place with their American flag leggings and shit. Shit, I went to the bar was damn near empty. Friday, I think, Friday was the 3rd. Yeah, you didn't see that spirit on social media of, people blew fireworks, but it wasn't like other years where everybody's all gung-ho. And it's crazy because when you go in the history of America, when they're at war, that's when everybody is gung-ho. Motherfuckers that are disabled and can't go to war wanted to go to war. Now it's like, it's a whole different type of situation now. People are not patriotic no more. People don't care no more. You can have your few motherfuckers that are waving a flag, and I'm talking about really among Jake. I don't know what Esau's vibe is like. I don't live nor do I hang out in the Edomite community. Nor do I have but 2 white people on my social media, and those white people are questionably white. They could be Israelite foreigners. And that the reason why they're even there is because I believe that they are. But this whole patriotism thing it seems to be dying out. People aren't believing in it no more. And that's part of the problem of having the country divided. See, when you had wartime during other times in history, and this is, from different things I've read, different things I've seen, it's not just me doing what a lot of Israelites do is, see something and make an assumption. No, I really have seen where, think about it. Think about it. There was a time when women were not allowed in the military, and men, a lot of baseball players were going to war. Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, I believe Mickey Mantle. So baseball players were going from their jobs of playing baseball, which wasn't a time where they were making millions a year. And this is part of the problem. We've become a capitalist society. We pay these athletes so much money, so now even they're not gonna fucking sit here. You think LeBron James is gonna fucking sign up to go to the military, or would have anytime during his career? No, you give these kids all this money. That's what the problem is with this society. Baseball wasn't so desirable that you would never leave playing baseball for the fucking military. Nah, fuck that. It's an opportunity to fight, and everybody's gung-ho. Everybody wants to, you leave a job where everybody's cheering for you, and you go join the military. Even though that could have been staged too. But you leave baseball, you don't play baseball for 2-3 years, and then they started that shit with the women's league, the League of Their Own, that movie. That's a true thing. They really started a women's league. Women had to go into the fucking workforce because men were out there getting shot at. So that shows you that people were gung-ho. People were willing to explore new things and try new things in order to keep life going during a war. Right now, we're not even in. Well, not we. Supposedly, the war's not even happening right now, and people are still not patriotic. Like once the people stop caring like they used to, especially the slaves like us, the black and Latino people that are sitting here building up the economy and building up the world, basically, or building up your houses and shit. Once you don't got us over there being monkeys and shit and having fucking cookouts with big roasted pigs and rices and beans and shit and fucking watermelons and fried chicken to celebrate your holiday, I saw more people saying, "Oh, fuck 4th of July." It's I celebrate Juneteenth, which is still coonery, because you figure Juneteenth then never fucking ended one person's slavery. That's the dumbest shit ever, honestly. You celebrate the day a man in a different country told so-called black people in the South, which is a whole nother country, it's considered they seceded from the States, stupid. But there's going to come a time where black and brown people are going to start saying fuck Juneteenth also. And realize we have to stop celebrating all these bullshit ass holidays that are given to us by this damn devil. And that's the time that we're coming across. Because the vintage is failing. Not just for the women, but this great society, this great facade of a society that you've had. People are not buying into it no more. People aren't even fucking cooking out for it no more. I mean, part of it is because y'all broke. Well, we broke. It's crazy when when a bartender gets so excited over $5 tips. And I'm not talking about on the cruise, I'm talking about right here. In the US. Black women too. A $5 tip, that shouldn't, man, shit, they usually used to would have got mad at that. I mean, granted, it was a $5 tip every time that I ordered a drink, but you don't see them getting happy over $5 drink, flirting with you and shit. But that's the society we live in. People are broke. People don't got money. People appreciate anything. Which people should always appreciate whatever they get if you give them something extra. You know what I mean? But it hasn't been like that. The Lord is really doing a number on our people, man. Shit, one of them bartenders is got like 3 degrees in psychology or sociology or something like that. That's crazy. A lot of times it's been like that. Bartenders be having some banging ass jobs and they just allegedly just supplementing whatever. No, you're fucking broke. Be honest. You got a great job, but you're broke. Why is that? The vintage is failing, man. All this fucking money that's floating around and has been floating around, nah, not no more. Ain't no America, make America great again now. Your system is not profitable. Granted, illegal aliens did get something. They didn't get a lot. Y'all make it look like illegal aliens was what was bringing down the economy. No, it was your fucking business practices. All that money you put into fucking wars instead of actually taking care of poor people. Because the military budget, military spending has always been all through the roof. It caught up to you. It caught up to you. All this paying star athletes, all this money. That's going to fail too. See, right now, you got a lot of teams that suck and people don't support them. Okay, there's going to come a time soon where don't be surprised if some of these sports teams, these major sports teams start to fail. I mean, it might really start with non-major sports teams, but I'm talking about any NFL team is a major sports team. You know, you might see fucking teams change hands and more. Lately, I've been hearing about new owners buying up different teams. The damn Commanders got bought recently. The Broncos got bought. So that means what? There's no stability. Owners ain't making money off of football no more. The vintage is failing. All this proudness, all these black women that I see, primarily the black women. The Spanish women follow after black women. All these black women with their proud, arrogant, I don't need a man. I have not heard I don't need a man in a long time. Now y'all need a man. Problem is y'all need him for too much. Y'all want him to go broke taking care of you. Nah, bitch. That's what the problem is. After a league of their own, after that time when women joined the workforce, now men came back to have to compete for those women jobs that they only was supposed to take for the war. I'm not knocking the women. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's tough. You know, you have to take care of your family. But now they want to stay in the workforce when the men are home from war. You know, if I be a better man, it was probably women whose husbands actually died in the war probably didn't want to give up their jobs for obvious reasons. You know, but it's the vintage is failing. You're finding out that America is not so great. It's great on the backs of people. See, greatness usually takes you have to take away from something else. Look at the Bulls. Look how great they were. You know why they were great? Because they were uptight. They were afraid to fail, and they hated each other. Really, when you look at interviews and shit, and the way they speak about each other, you know everything. The Patriots. Why did they have such a great dynasty? The Patriots had a great dynasty because they cheated. Everything great takes away from something else. In this society, at least. In a carnal society. See, when you're spiritual, when you're in the spirit, when you're in tune with what the Most High's program is, things work out differently for you. Especially when society's like that. When we get back in our element, man, all these fucking problems. That's why we was reading Wisdom of Solomon, I believe, chapter 6 yesterday, or 8. You know, once we really put on this thing, and I'm not talking about voluntarily like what we doing now. I'm talking about once society is ran by Israelites, like true Israelites, the men of the Lord, you're going to see a whole different society. Because when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. That's the scriptures. So whether you are Israelite or you are Edomite, if you're wicked, the people are not going to like your rulership. Because your evil is going to come out in your actions at some point or another. See, look at Obama. Everybody was all in love with Obama, but let's be real. People was mourning during Obama. Life ain't been the same. Life is fucked up. The economy's fucked up. The world is a dangerous place. It really is. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.